in my fate today.
Falling off the edge today.
I am just a man, not superhuman.
I'm not superhuman.
Someone save me from the hate. It's just another war.
Stop number 19 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Kentucky Speedway. It's the running of the Quaker State 400, and we're set to go for racing here on this mile-and-a-half track in the Bluegrass State, which also happens to be the home state of Dylan Poteet, Joshua Osborne, James McCloud, and yours truly. So, with that said, let's get to the starting line for today's event here at Kentucky. On the pole, the winner at Sonoma in the last race on the tour, it's Charles Sanford, the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet at 206 miles an hour. He's on the pole for today's event. Beside him, number 9 Dodge George Dodge of Jessica Shelton, the winner this season at Martinsville. And she's also the points leader coming in. Sanford comes in third. Jeremy Jones, number 18 Interstate Battery Chevrolet, is the inside of the second row. He comes into this race quietly moving it back up to 16th in the points chase. Beside him, the number 32 Tide Pontiac, it's Kev Shear for PPI Motorsports. He's alongside. Dylan Young, the winner at Bristol this season, the number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Ford, has the inside of the third row, and beside him, Levi Jones, number 01 U.S. Army Pontiac. Dylan Poteet, another Kentucky winner in the inside, and number 22 Caterpillar Dodge. He has the inside of the fourth row, and beside him, number 43 STP Dodge, STP Pontiac rather, for Richard Petty Motorsports, Joshua Collar, two-time winner this season at Riverside and again at California. Austin LaPlante, the number 5 Kellogg's Cornflake Chevrolet, has the inside of the next row, and the number 5 car beside him, the number 8 Budweiser Chevrolet, it's Dallas McIntosh. Next row down is Stephanie Gardner, number 26 Cheerios Ford. Beside her, the number 7 Exide Batteries Ford of William Brockford, Jeff Bodine Racing. Then it's William Bedford, the number 00 Aquafresh Pontiac, winner in Atlanta. Beside him, Seth Cole, the number 13 Geico Chevrolet. He was second at Sonoma. Then it's Corey Williams, the number 31 Lowe's Chevrolet, has the inside of the next row down. And beside him, the number 88 Ford Quality Care Service Ford Credit Ford Taurus of Michael Turner. He's alongside. Nope. Actually, yeah, well, whatever. Michael Turner's actually alongside Jesse Turner in the Western Auto Chevrolet. Corey Williams is alongside Zachary Fitzwater in the Sprint PCS Chevrolet. So my mistake on the starting lineup fail. Here comes the command to fire the engines, however, here at Kentucky.
Drivers, start your engines.
Command giving the fire the engines. Sorry for the mess up on the starting lineup and stuff here. So usually our cameras don't have that kind of a problem or something like that. Or usually my control on the camera is not quite that bad on the starting lineup, I should say. But anyway, let's go racing here at Kentucky Speedway. Let's say what. Charles Sanford, the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet, has been on a roll as of late here this season. He's had a big turnaround from last season. He won last race on the tour at Sonoma. He hopes to pull off 2 in a row at Kentucky Speedway. Can he do it? We're about to find out. In 27 laps, Jessica Shelton's on the outside. Ford Chevrolet versus Dodge. Green flag waves were underway at Kentucky. Sanford pulling up to an early lead. Jeremy Jones, the winner of the last race of the race at Las Vegas. He is in second position. It's a track sister to Kentucky Speedway, so Jeremy Jones should be able to run very strong here. But this track, however, does have a mystery groove in some ways, to where if you run kind of in the right groove or something like that, then you can make the pass or something like that. But you'll have to have some drafting help. Now, wherever you make the move, though, that's going to be a bit of a question mark in some ways. Jeremy Jones, maybe, hopefully for him, he can find out which lane it is. As Sanford continues to hold on to the lead, Shelton runs in third position, I should say, in the number 9 car. Dylan Young runs fourth. Cab Shearer rides in fifth position. Austin LaPlante up to the 6th position in the Cornflakes Chevrolet. Dylan Poteet up in the 7th position. He won at Michigan a couple races ago. Poteet, one of the two Kentuckians in the field, he and Joshua Osborne, both. Poteet's from western part of Kentucky, I think in Grayson County, I believe. I know the counties because I'm from Kentucky myself. And Joshua Osborne from the southeastern part of the state in Van Leer. Levi Schoenstrom in 8th position. 9th is Joshua Collard. 10th right now Dallas McIntosh, who sits 40th in the points chase. So he needs to run like this to kind of help. Stephanie Gardner runs in 11th position. 12th is William Brock. 13th is William Bedford, the winner at Atlanta this season, and that great finish there. Jesse Turner is in 14th position, and look at the speeds they're pulling off in turn number 1, 213 miles an hour. Lap speeds at about 200 plus miles an hour, 204.88 in the case of Jesse Turner. Seth Coleran's in the 15th position. We saw a battle going on back there as Kev Shearer is under fire from Austin LaPlante, and meanwhile Jessica Shelton and Dylan Young trying to take a look inside of Jeremy Jones in the 18 car. Doggone pace car. Still all Charles Sanford, however, leading the race here. Looking for a second win in a row in the season. He won, as I said, at Sonoma. Corey Williams is in 16th position, but continuing our way through the field. Nicholas Romero, he won at Rockingham this season. He's in 17th position. And Romero, Nicholas Romero that is, he is sitting 18th in the standings right now. James Richardson, he is the man 5th in the points chase right now. And the number 35 Tabasco Hot Sauce Pontiac has still yet to win this season. He is in 18th spot. 19th is Michael Turner in the 88 Ford Quality Care car. That's the Dale Jarrett car from 1999. He is in 19th position. 20th is Zachary Fitzwater, driving for Petty Enterprises in a Chevrolet. Luis Hernandez 21st. Trent Dunham 22nd. Dunham's still yet to win the season. He is currently 7th in the standings coming in for Sega Motorsports. Matt Dalio in 23rd position. 24th Noah Cars in the Hot Wheels Pontiac. 15th, 25th Zach Austin, the Smokin' Joe's Chevrolet. Cooper Siron flying the FedEx ground machine there. That's the black and green car. Siron, the winner at Darlington this season. He is in 26th position right now. Ryan Madden in 27th. 28th, Quentin Moore, the winner at Richmond. Johnny Gardner running 29th. The Texaco Haviland Ford. He sits 9th coming into the points chase in this race. John Arndt, winner of 600 at Charlotte, runs in 30th. 31st, Kyle Matthews. That's having a bad run here today at Kentucky Speedway. And not what he needs in the points. He came in 8th in the standings coming in after a tremendous run at Sonoma. JT Bryant, the surprise winner at Talladega this season when he earns $4.99 in the all-tail Dodge, runs 32nd. Chris Dodd running 33rd. 34th, Zach Flickinger. Joseph Romero 35th. 36th position right now is Marty Johnson, the Daytona 500 champ. Dalton Day running in 37th. 38th, way up in the points chase also. He was 2nd in points coming in. Zach Rogers is in 38th. 2nd place in the point standings. And another one who made his way in the top 10 of that after Sonoma is Levi McIntyre. He's starting 9th. And there's the other Kentuckian, Joshua Osborne, winner at North Wilkesboro, in 40th at the moment. So Osborne, I'm sure, kind of rethinking his setup that he had before or whatever. And Ryan George right now bringing the caboose in 41st, the winner of the All-Star race at Charlotte. Surprise winner there, I might add. He was one of the transfers into the All-Star race by virtue of being a rookie. And he is 41st right now, and I'm trying to think. He might be the leading rookie in the points chase. I'm really not sure, but Ryan George right now, 33rd in the standings. So leading rookie right now coming in is Zach Rogers, as a matter of fact. No change among the field right now. Still Charles Sanford leading as we're past halfway now. We're actually almost halfway. 13 of 27 in the books right now. Jeremy Jones trying to find his way around Charles Sanford. And Jones currently trying to make that inside lane work, and that 18 car has not yet passed Sanford at the moment. Usually on most tracks, though, you make the inside lane, try to make the inside lane work, though. On most tracks, you usually will get a run and make the pass for the lead. But at Kentucky Speedway, it's a whole lot more difficult than that, obviously, which what makes this track, sorry for me to say this because I'm from Kentucky, but a bore fest to some extent. Now, we've had other series that had some great racing at Kentucky, and I don't know why in this series we have a boring race usually at this track. If anybody's got any advice on how to tweak up Kentucky, or let me know. But right now, Charles Sanford under fire right now. Jeremy Jones is really making the inside, trying to make the inside lane work to his advantage. Margin is still 0.8 of a second, or still 0.08 of a second, I should say, between Sanford and Jones. Shelton remains third. Fourth still Dylan Young, and fifth right now is Kev Shearer. And I will say points-wise for both Dylan Young and Dylan Young, who you see right here in the 2 car, this will be a big pick-me-up because he is 32nd in points coming in. He did win at Bristol this season and right behind the Martinsville winner Jessica Shelton, but and whoa, Dylan pulled Shelton up the track. Here comes Young to the inside for the 3rd spot. But Shelton using that horsepower of her Dodge and pulls back ahead of Young. Meanwhile, Jeremy Jones trying to get for the lead on Sanford. Sanford slams the door on Jones. And meantime, Shelton tries to go inside of Jeremy Jones for the number 2 spot. And here she comes to the inside of Jones, and Jones says, nuh-uh. And let's remember, those two went at it in Las Vegas, and Shelton had to leave the white flag. Looked like she was going to get herself another win. And Jones stopped that from happening on the final lap of that race. And here comes Kev Shearer. He's going to follow Shelton in the draft. And Shearer's going to move into the 4th position now, dropping Dylan Young back to 5th. And here comes another Dylan Poteet in the 22 car. He's going to make the move try to make the move inside of Austin LaPlante in the 5. LaPlante has had a horrible season in his last in the points chase. So Austin, I'm sure, has found the right setup. I'm sure probably maybe a little bit of same, but whatever it is, though, LaPlante's looking very strong right now. He's in 6th place at the moment. Poteet in 7th. 8th is still Shones. 9th is still Collard. And Dallas McIntosh still running in 10th position. Roof cam from Kev Shearer's cars we already have now. 6 laps to go. Right there ahead of him is Shelton in 3rd. And here she comes trying to make the move to the inside of Jeremy Jones for 2nd place. Jones started 3rd in this field. Shelton started 2nd. Shearer started in the 4th spot. Five laps to go in the Quaker State 400. That's a lap around Kentucky Speedway as seen through Kev Shearer. Shearer came in this race quietly moving up in the point chase. He came in this race 13th in the standings. And Shearer has been on a bit of a tear of late right now. So, for all intents and purposes, he's having a pretty good season so far. The last time we saw him in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, his ride could do nothing right. I mean, he had that. Remember, he had that number 90 Public Supermarkets Ford, and just couldn't do nothing right with it, though. And right now, moving the PPI Motorsports, and has done very, very well so far. Coming out for 3 laps to go for Charles Sanford. Can he hold off the challenge of Jeremy Jones and Jessica Shelton? We're about to find out. Here's Jones back to the inside again. Here he comes. But nothing doing. Jeremy Jones, I'm sure, trying to remember how he pulled off the pass at Las Vegas when he won that race there. Shelton pulling back a little bit there. Jones trying to make it inside again. Nothing doing. 2 laps to go. Going into this race, though, you remember going into Sonoma, Charles Samper had only won once in this series. That was back in Season 8 at Homestead. He came back, won at Sonoma, the last stop on the tour. Now he's already looking for his third win in this series. But Jeremy Jones, he's looking for his second, and he's going to try to stop it. Nothing to do so, but the white flag is waving. 1.5 miles remaining. Will it be Charles Samper or Jeremy Jones in victory lane? Hendrick Motorsports in the lead. Joe Gibbs racing in second. Jones tried the inside lane, didn't work again. He's got one more shot in the third turn. Here they come, third turn. Jones tries to back the inside of Sanford. He's going to make the inside move on Charles. Nothing doing. Sanford throws the block. The Quaker State 400 belongs to Charles Sanford. He wins at Kentucky. Two wins in a row for Charles Sanford, and I think he has now joined Joshua Collard and the only two drivers who's won twice this season. But boy, what a fight from Jeremy Jones in the 18 car. He tried every which way he could. High, low, drop back, move up. Just did not have the horsepower to pull it off. And oh, problems on the cooldown lap. Upside down is Kyle Matthews, 42. He has gone upside down on the cooldown lap. What happened? Matthews finished this race in 31st position, and something that might have happened ahead. I'm really not sure what happened. Matt Dalio looks like he slowed down apparently. Now, there's where Matthews spun, and he got flipped over by Levi McIntyre in the 99 car. I don't know what that was all about. Replay again, this time from Matthews' vantage point. He got tapped from behind by JT Bryant, and then he hit Johnny Gardner in the 28 car. McIntyre could not slow down in time, flips over Matthews' car, and he sees smoke coming out of the engine of Matthews' machine. He had to be towed all the way back to the garage area for that one, but I mean, race is over here. What in the world are these guys thinking? Well, Matthew's probably right now thinking, thank God this is the end of the race, not the beginning. Nonetheless, though, Charles Sanford is your winner here today. 87 thousandths of a second the margin of victory in this race. Average speed 204.112. Sorry for the bore fest of a race, though, but like I said, hopefully I'll get some tips on how to tweak this track at Kentucky to make for some better racing. Jeremy Jones was second. Jessica Shelton third. Fourth position, Kev Shearer. Dylan Young fifth, so good runs for both Shearer and Jones to make their way back up to the points chase, and I think that might possibly put Shearer on the cusp of the top 10, maybe in the points chase. We'll find out. The points will be distributed at the end of this race, by the way, as always. Dylan Young was fifth position, great run for him. Austin LaPlante, tremendous run for him for Austin LaPlante. Last in the points comes in this race, he ends up sixth. Dylan Poteet, one of the home state guys, he comes in seventh. A good run for him at Kentucky. He is also a former winner here, as a matter of fact. Levi Schoen's eighth. Ninth, Joshua Collard. 10th, Dallas McIntosh. He was 40th in the points. So two drivers who are down on the bottom of the barrel in the points chase, they come in top 10. So excellent runs for them. Stephanie Gardner 11th. William Brock 12th. William Bedford 13th. Jesse Turner 14th, Seth Cole 15th position, in the 15th spot. 16th was Nicholas Romero, 17th Corey Williams, 18th James Richardson, 19th Michael Turner, 20th Zachary Fitzwater, 21st Luis Hernandez, 22nd Trent Dunham, 23rd Noah Cars, 24th Matt Dahlia, Ryan Madden, Quentin Moore, Cooper Sarron, and Zach Austin, top 28. Every car finished the race here, by the way. 29th John Arndt, Johnny Gardner was top 10 points. He ends up 30th. Kyle Matthews 31st, we mentioned before. So 2 of the top 10 drivers, or actually make that 4 of the top 10 drivers were finished way down in the points chase. Johnny Gardner, Kyle Matthews, Zach Rogers, and Levi McIntyre. To make matters worse for Rogers, he was second in points to Shelton coming in, so he's going to drop way back, and we'll see as I said, we'll see how the points are when they are distributed at the end of the video. JT Bryant was 32nd, Chris Dodd, Zach Flickinger, Justin Romero, Marty Johnson, Dalton Day, Zach Rogers, Levi McIntyre, Joshua Osborne, and Ryan George, the finishers in this race today. Well, it was quite of a bore fest at Kentucky Speedway, to believe it, to say the least. But I guarantee it won't be when we go to the next stop in the tour, which will be at Daytona International Speedway for the Midsummer Summer Classic, the Pepsi 400. And congratulations again for the second race in a row to Charles Sanford, the winner of the Quaker State 400 at Kentucky Speedway. So until then, this is James Qualls, and this has been a production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 5 years of offline racing at its best.